Are you unknowingly poisoning yourself every single day just by relaxing in your own living room? In the next 15 minutes, you'll discover 5 common living room items that medical experts warn are slowly damaging your health, plus the simple changes that can protect you starting today. Item number 2 is something you probably sit near for hours every day, and recent Harvard research shows it's linked to serious respiratory problems in seniors that most doctors never connect to your furniture. The shocking truth is that your comfortable living space may be filled with invisible toxins that are quietly undermining your health, energy levels, and quality of life in ways you never imagined possible. Beverly from Tucson spent her retirement years enjoying her beautifully decorated living room, never suspecting that her favorite evening routine was slowly affecting her breathing and overall well-being. After visiting her doctor for persistent coughing and unexplained fatigue, she discovered the shocking truth about what was really poisoning her air every single day. Within weeks of making simple changes based on what you're about to learn, her symptoms completely disappeared and her energy returned to levels she hadn't experienced in years. Item 1. Synthetic air fresheners and scented candles. That pleasant vanilla or lavender scent filling your living room might be silently harming your lungs every single day, creating a toxic environment right where you spend your most relaxing hours. Most seniors don't realize that synthetic air fresheners and scented candles release dozens of harmful chemicals into the air you breathe for hours at a time, turning your peaceful retreat into a slow-acting poison chamber. These products contain volatile organic compounds that can accumulate in your bloodstream and cause serious health problems over time, including respiratory inflammation, hormonal disruption, and increased cancer risk. The Environmental Protection Agency has identified many of these chemicals as potential carcinogens, yet they're sitting right there in your living room, working around the clock to compromise your health, while you innocently believe they're making your home more pleasant and welcoming. Research from Johns Hopkins University reveals that synthetic fragrances contain phthalates, which are hormone-disrupting chemicals that can affect your endocrine system and interfere with your body's natural processes in dangerous ways. These compounds don't just disappear after you smell them, they build up in your body tissues and can interfere with your natural hormone production, potentially affecting everything from your sleep patterns to your immune system function. The comprehensive study found that seniors who regularly used scented products had significantly higher levels of these dangerous chemicals in their blood compared to those who avoided them, with concentrations sometimes reaching levels that medical experts consider alarming. Dr. Ann Steinman, a leading researcher in this field, warns that these everyday products can trigger asthma attacks, headaches, and respiratory inflammation in older adults, particularly those who already have compromised immune systems or existing health conditions that make them more vulnerable to environmental toxins. Joyce from Portland discovered this truth the hard way when she couldn't understand why her breathing problems were getting progressively worse, despite faithfully taking her prescribed treatments and following her doctor's recommendations. She had been using plug-in air fresheners throughout her living room for over 10 years, thinking they were making her home healthier and more pleasant for herself and visiting family members. Her daughter finally convinced her to remove all synthetic fragrances from her home after reading about their potential dangers, and within 2 weeks, Joyce noticed a dramatic improvement in her breathing, energy levels, and overall sense of well-being. The constant low-level poisoning had been so gradual that she hadn't connected her worsening symptoms to these seemingly innocent products that she had trusted for years. The solution is surprisingly simple and will save you money while protecting your health from further damage caused by these toxic products. Replace all synthetic air fresheners, plug-ins, and scented candles with natural alternatives like fresh flowers, bowls of baking soda mixed with a few drops of pure essential oils, or high-quality essential oil diffusers with certified pure oils that don't contain synthetic additives or harmful chemicals. Open your windows for 15 minutes each morning to let fresh air circulate naturally through your living space, removing accumulated toxins and replacing stale air with clean, oxygen-rich outdoor air. If you enjoy the ambiance of candles, choose those made from pure beeswax or soy with no added fragrances or synthetic scents that could compromise your health. Don't wait another day to remove these toxic air fresheners from your living room. Your lungs will thank you immediately, and you'll likely notice improvements in your breathing and energy within just a few days. Item 2. Older upholstered furniture with flame retardants. Are you sitting on a chemical time bomb every single evening when you relax in your favorite chair or settle in for your nightly television routine? Upholstered furniture manufactured before 2014 likely contains flame retardant chemicals that are slowly leaching into your living room air with every use, creating an invisible cloud of toxins that you breathe in hour after hour. These chemicals were required by law to prevent fires, but scientists have since discovered they cause more serious health problems than they prevent accidents, particularly in older adults whose bodies are less efficient at processing and eliminating these harmful substances. Every time you sit down, the pressure and friction releases microscopic particles and vapors that you breathe in without even knowing it, allowing these dangerous chemicals to accumulate in your lungs and bloodstream over time. Harvard School of Public Health conducted extensive research showing that flame retardant chemicals accumulate in house dust and human blood at alarming rates, with concentrations increasing dramatically in homes with older furniture. These substances, called polybrominated diphenyl ethers or PBDEs, disrupt your thyroid function and can affect your memory and cognitive abilities as you age, potentially contributing to confusion, forgetfulness, and other symptoms that many seniors mistakenly attribute to normal aging. The Centers for Disease Control found that seniors have the highest levels of these chemicals in their bloodstream, primarily because they spend more time indoors and have had longer exposure periods than younger people who may be more mobile or spend more time outside their homes. Dr. Heather Stapleton from Duke University warns that these chemicals are particularly dangerous for older adults because they interfere with the body's natural detoxification processes, allowing toxins to build up to dangerous levels over time. Harold from Minneapolis had been experiencing unexplained fatigue, difficulty concentrating, and a general feeling of being unwell for months before learning about furniture chemicals and their potential health impacts. His 20-year-old recliner, where he spent several hours each evening watching television and reading, was the primary source of chemical exposure in his home, releasing invisible toxins every time he used it. After covering the chair with a natural cotton slipcover and ensuring better ventilation in his living room by opening windows daily and adding an air purifier, Harold noticed significant improvements in his energy levels and mental clarity within just a few weeks. The transformation was so dramatic that he wished he had known about this hidden danger years earlier, before it had affected his health and quality of life. You can protect yourself immediately without spending a fortune on completely new furniture or undertaking major home renovations that might strain your budget. Cover older upholstered furniture with tightly woven natural fabric covers that create an effective barrier between you and the chemicals, preventing direct contact and reducing the amount of toxic particles that become airborne during use. Vacuum your furniture weekly using a vacuum cleaner equipped with a HEPA filter to remove chemical-laden dust particles that accumulate in the cushions, crevices, and fabric fibers, where they can continue releasing toxins into your air. Consider placing a high-quality air purifier near your seating area to capture airborne particles before you breathe them in, choosing models specifically designed to remove chemical vapors and fine particles. If replacement is financially possible, choose furniture made after 2014 or specifically labeled as flame retardant free, and look for natural materials like organic cotton, wool, or latex that don't require chemical treatments. Don't spend another evening breathing these dangerous chemicals. Take protective action right now to safeguard your health and well-being. Item 3. Carpets and rugs with chemical treatments. Every step you take on your carpet could be releasing invisible toxins that affect your breathing, energy levels, and overall health in ways that gradually worsen over time. Most carpets and rugs are treated with stain-resistant chemicals, antimicrobial agents, and adhesives that continue releasing harmful fumes for years after installation, creating a persistent source of indoor air pollution in the very room where you spend most of your time. These chemicals, including formaldehyde and 4-phenylcyclohexene, can cause headaches, dizziness, and respiratory irritation that many seniors simply attribute to getting older or to other health conditions they may be managing. The problem is particularly serious in living rooms where you spend the most time and where carpets receive the most foot traffic, causing increased chemical release every time someone walks across the surface or furniture is moved. The Mayo Clinic has published extensive research on indoor air quality, showing that carpets can harbor and release dozens of harmful chemicals long after they're installed, with some continuing to emit toxins for up to 5 years or more. These volatile organic compounds become airborne every time someone walks on the carpet, and they're particularly concentrated near seating areas where people spend extended periods breathing the contaminated air. Dr. Philip Landrigan from Mount Sinai School of Medicine explains that seniors are especially vulnerable to carpet chemicals because their detoxification systems work less efficiently than younger people, allowing toxins to accumulate in their bodies rather than being quickly eliminated. The constant low-level exposure can contribute to chronic inflammation throughout the body and worsen existing respiratory conditions like asthma or chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, making symptoms progressively worse over time. Gladys from Denver couldn't understand why she felt dizzy, tired, and slightly nauseous every afternoon until she realized the pattern coincided with her daily activities in her carpeted living room. Her symptoms were worst when she vacuumed or rearranged furniture, activities that stirred up chemical-laden particles from her 5-year-old carpet and released them into the air she was breathing. After having her carpet professionally cleaned with eco-friendly products that don't add more chemicals to her home, and adding several air-purifying plants to her living room, Gladys noticed a significant improvement in how she felt during her daily routines. She also started removing her shoes before entering the living room to reduce the amount of outside contaminants tracked onto the carpet surface, which helped minimize the chemical load in her indoor environment. Transform your living room into a healthier environment starting today with these simple but effective steps that can dramatically reduce your exposure to carpet chemicals. Have your carpets professionally deep cleaned using only eco-friendly, chemical-free cleaning products that won't add more toxins to your home environment, and make sure to ask specifically for non-toxic cleaning solutions that are safe for seniors with sensitive respiratory systems. Place natural fiber area rugs made from wool, cotton or jute over wall-to-wall carpeting in high-traffic areas to create a protective barrier between you and the chemical-treated surface underneath, reducing direct contact with treated fibers. Remove your shoes before entering the living room and encourage family members and visitors to do the same to prevent tracking in additional pollutants, pesticides, and chemicals from outdoor sources that can interact with carpet treatments. Consider gradually replacing carpeted areas with natural hardwood, bamboo, or ceramic tile flooring if possible, as these surfaces don't require chemical treatments and are much easier to keep clean and toxin-free. Take action now to clean up your indoor air and protect your respiratory health from further damage caused by carpet. Item 4. Electronic devices emitting blue light and EMFs. Your television and electronic devices are doing much more than entertaining you. They're disrupting your body's natural rhythms and potentially affecting your long-term health in ways that can impact your sleep, mood, and cognitive function. Modern flat-screen televisions, tablets and smartphones emit blue light that interferes with your body's production of melatonin, the crucial hormone that regulates your sleep cycle and helps maintain your circadian rhythm. Additionally, these devices generate electromagnetic fields that some research suggests may affect cellular function in sensitive individuals, particularly older adults whose bodies may be more susceptible to environmental influences. The combination of blue light exposure and electromagnetic radiation is particularly concerning for seniors who may already be dealing with sleep disorders, depression, or other health challenges that could be worsened by these technological influences. Harvard Medical School has conducted groundbreaking research showing that blue light exposure in the evening disrupts circadian rhythms and can contribute to depression, diabetes, cardiovascular problems, and cognitive decline in older adults. The comprehensive study found that seniors who limited blue light exposure 2 hours before bedtime experienced significantly better sleep quality, improved mood during daytime hours, and better overall health outcomes compared to those who continued using electronic devices late into the evening. Dr. Charles Scheisler, who led this important research, explains that blue light suppresses melatonin production more powerfully in older adults because their eyes become more sensitive to this particular wavelength as they age, making them more vulnerable to circadian rhythm disruption. The American Academy of Ophthalmology also warns that prolonged blue light exposure can contribute to digital eye strain and may accelerate age-related macular degeneration, a serious condition that can lead to vision loss in seniors. Kenneth from Seattle had been struggling with increasingly severe insomnia for months, taking longer and longer to fall asleep each night, despite feeling exhausted by bedtime. He typically spent his evenings watching television in his living room until bedtime, often falling asleep in his chair with the TV still on, never realizing that the blue light from his large-screen TV was keeping his brain in an alert state when it should have been preparing for rest. After installing blue light blocking glasses and consistently using the night mode setting on his television after sunset, Kenneth began falling asleep more easily and sleeping more soundly through the night than he had in years. He also moved his charging station for tablets and phones out of the living room to reduce electromagnetic field exposure during his relaxation time, creating a more peaceful environment that supported better sleep and overall well-being. Protect yourself from these invisible technological threats with immediate action that costs almost nothing but can dramatically improve your sleep quality and overall health. Activate the night mode or blue light filter on all electronic devices in your living, especially during evening hours when your body should naturally be preparing for sleep. And make this a consistent habit rather than something you remember only occasionally. Invest in a pair of blue light blocking glasses to wear when watching television or using devices after sunset. They're inexpensive and highly effective at filtering out the harmful wavelengths that disrupt your sleep cycle. Turn off electronic devices at least 1 hour before bedtime and remove them from areas where you spend quiet time, creating a technology-free zone that allows your mind and body to relax naturally. Consider moving your Wi-Fi router away from seating areas where you spend extended periods and turn it off at night to reduce electromagnetic field exposure while you sleep, giving your body a chance to recover from daily technological stress. Protect your sleep and eye health starting tonight. Your body's natural rhythms and long-term well-being depend on reducing these modern technological hazards. Item 5. Toxic houseplants that threaten safety. Some of your most beautiful plants could be dangerous to visiting grandchildren and may even affect your own health through skin contact, airborne particles, or accidental ingestion. Many popular houseplants that are commonly found in living rooms contain toxic compounds that can cause serious poisoning if eaten, and some release irritating substances into the air that can affect sensitive individuals, particularly seniors with respiratory conditions or compromised immune systems. Plants like pothos, philodendron, and Dieffenbachia are extremely common in living rooms because of their attractive appearance and easy care requirements. But they contain calcium oxalate crystals that can cause severe mouth and throat swelling, difficulty swallowing, and breathing problems if eaten by curious children or accidentally consumed by adults. Even adults can experience skin irritation, rashes, or allergic reactions from handling these plants during routine care and maintenance, particularly if they have cuts or scrapes on their hands that allow plant toxins to enter their bloodstream. The American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals maintains a comprehensive database of toxic plants, and the Poison Control Center reports thousands of cases each year involving accidental plant poisoning, with many cases occurring when grandchildren visit grandparents who are unaware of plant dangers. Dr. Tina Wismer, a veterinary toxicologist, explains that seniors are often unaware of which common houseplants pose dangers, especially when grandchildren visit their homes and are naturally curious about touching, tasting, or playing with plants they encounter. The National Capital Poison Center warns that some plants can cause symptoms ranging from mild skin irritation to severe digestive problems, breathing difficulties, heart rhythm abnormalities, and even neurological symptoms that can be particularly dangerous for older adults with existing health conditions. Even plants that aren't directly toxic can harbor mold, fungal spores, or bacteria in their soil or on their leaves that may trigger respiratory problems, allergic reactions, or infections in sensitive individuals. Vivian from Orlando had filled her living room with beautiful plants over the years, creating a lush indoor garden that she was proud to show visitors, never considering their potential dangers until her 4-year-old grandson visited for a week. During his stay, she realized how many of her plants were at his eye level and within easy reach, including several varieties that could cause serious harm if he decided to taste them or play with their colorful berries or interesting-shaped leaves. After researching plant safety using online databases and consulting with her local nursery, Vivian was shocked to discover that more than half of her living room plants were potentially dangerous to children and could even cause problems for adults with certain health conditions. He immediately replaced the toxic varieties with safe alternatives, spider plants, Boston ferns, and peace lilies, creating a beautiful and safe environment for her family, maintaining the natural beauty she loved. Make your living room safe for everyone who enters by taking immediate action to identify and address potential plant hazards that could harm visitors or affect your own health. Research every plant in your living room using the ASPCA's online plant database or consulting with knowledgeable staff at your local nursery to identify any toxic varieties that need immediate replacement or relocation to areas where people and pets cannot access them. Replace dangerous plants with safe, air-purifying alternatives like snake plants, rubber trees, or parlor palms that provide the same aesthetic benefits without the health risks, and choose varieties that are specifically recommended as safe for homes with children and seniors. Position all plants out of reach of small children and wash your hands thoroughly with soap and warm water after handling any plant material during care and maintenance, especially if you have any cuts or scrapes that could allow plant toxins to enter your system. If you're unsure about a plant's safety, move it to an area where children and pets cannot access it until you can verify its toxicity level through reliable sources. And consider consulting with your doctor if you have concerns about plant allergies or sensitivities. Don't wait until someone gets hurt. Make your living room safe for everyone who visits by addressing these hidden botanical dangers today. These 5 simple changes can dramatically improve the air quality, safety, and overall healthiness of your living room, where you spend so much of your precious time during your retirement years. The good news is that every single solution is affordable and can be implemented immediately without major expense or complicated procedures. You have the power to create a healthier environment for yourself and your loved ones right now. Today, simply by making informed choices about the items you keep in your most used living space. If you've learned something valuable today that could protect your health or the health of someone you care about, please give this video a thumbs up to help other seniors discover these important health tips that their doctors may never tell them about. Share this with friends and family members who need to know about these hidden dangers lurking in their living rooms. Your sharing could literally help save someone's health and prevent serious problems before they develop. What's the first change you're going to make in your living room to protect yourself from these invisible threats? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more health tips that can improve your daily life and help you enjoy your retirement years with better health and peace of mind.